Nathan Jones has been sacked as Southampton manager. Just 3 months in charge, one of which was a World Cup. 1 win from 8 games, including 7 defeats. Where does he rank, Jim? Is he one of the worst managers in Premier League history?
It's tough, isn't it? It's hard to argue against the fact he is, but De Boer at Palace, he did pretty terribly. Was it 0 wins in 8 games or something like that De Boer got? I'd make an argument for Avram Grant being up there as well.
No, Uncle Avram's got to be out of this conversation.
I think in terms of Nathan Jones, he's done a terrible job at Southampton, but the odds were stacked against him in terms of the resource he had available and the position the club were in when he took over. I don't think anyone was ever going to do a huge amount with that football team. So label him in terms of results, it's difficult to argue anything different but there are managers who have done worse with more available, if that makes sense.
Nathan Jones made it tough for himself, though, Marley. Jim says he didn't have the greatest hand that he was dealt, but some of the things he was saying, for example, in press conferences, didn't exactly endear himself to the Southampton fans.
No, once you start talking about, I could have stayed at home and been a miner and married a nice Welsh girl.
Should have, mate.
Should have been a PE teacher or whatever. It'd have lasted longer in teaching year 10s how to kick a ball than the Southampton manager. But yeah, I think historically he might well go down as one of the worst, because even his cup games that he won don't count towards his overall time, because everyone just remembers his Premier League record and the fact that somebody pointed out on Twitter that he had 11 games. There was 11 Premier League managers that have took a point at St Mary's this season, and he wasn't one of them, despite being Southampton manager for 8 or 9 games or whatever it was.